and welcome to Jerry's Pats Page Halfway Special Report video. This video is for the halfway point of the 2009 NFL season. I'm Jerry Bourget, and I would like to welcome you both to my video and my website. This website is my special tribute to my favorite team and the best team in the National Football League, the New England Patriots. I'm going to go over a few things with you from the first half of the season. So without further ado, let's get started. We'll start with the record. Right now the Patriots are at 6-2. They've played 8 games. Their record is 6-2. They're first place in the AFC East Division. We'll take a look at some of the games that they've played up to this point. The first game was a 25-24 victory over the Buffalo Bills at Gillette Stadium. That was on Monday Night Football, and that was the game that the Patriots were trailing, and Tom Brady brought them back in the fourth quarter, and they ended up winning by 1 point. Can attribute that to both Tom Brady's greatness and the Buffalo defense, which, I don't know, maybe a lot of people had some expectations for Buffalo that were maybe a little unrealistic, especially after bringing in, the high hopes after Terrell Owens was added, and, things were different. But it was a good win for the Patriots opening night nonetheless. The next game was down at the Meadowlands against the New York Jets, and that was a 16-9 loss. That game was terrible for the Patriots. The Jets were the packages and the sub-packages, the blitzes, they were just blitzing from every different angles. They were lining up in so many different formations on defense. Patriots didn't know what was coming. What I think the Jets did was, I think the Jets threw the kitchen sink at the Patriots to win that game. And I think pretty much the Patriots are going to be prepared next time the Jets play. And they're coming to Foxborough, by the way. The game after that was against the Atlanta Falcons, and that was a 26-10 victory at Gillette Stadium. Atlanta's got a good defense. Atlanta is not a bad team. Matt Ryan has done very well with that team, and the team is very good. I bet you they're going to be in the playoffs. The next game after that was a 27-21 victory over the Baltimore Ravens, and that ferocious defense that they have. The Ravens did move the ball. Late in the fourth quarter, they had a chance to win the game, but the New England Patriots held. The next game was a real heartbreaking loss. It was a 20-17 loss in overtime to Denver at Mile High Stadium. This is a game I feel the Patriots, they just should have won. Tom Brady was just, it seemed like the hitmen and receivers were off. For instance, there was this one play, it was an incomplete pass forcing a punt. Tom Brady had the direct snap to Tom Brady, throws, hits Wes Welker right in the butt. Wes Welker was looking forward. Had Welker caught that pass, there was no one in front of him. It was going to be a touchdown. Just little things like that happened in that game, and it just seemed like, they should have won that game. But the next game, they really made up for it. They had a victory over the Tennessee Titans at Gillette Stadium. That was a 59-0 pounding that they put on. And it's interesting because living in New England, it was kind of a rainy day and it was cold. And to look at Gillette Stadium, it seemed like it was just snowing over Gillette, which is just kind of pretty cool. The Patriots had to throw back jerseys, and the Titans had to throw back jerseys as the Houston Oilers. And with the snow and the red, it looked pretty cool. The next game that they played was a 35-7 victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now that was in Wembley Stadium in London, England. I'm happy they won the game. I'm not crazy about NFL teams going over there. I, for one, as a Patriots fan, tickets are hard enough to get. We don't need to have a home game cut out on top of that so they can go play in another country. No offense to the other country, but I don't like it. I felt bad for the Tampa Bay because they lost the home game to this. Because of that. I'm glad the Patriots didn't, though. Well, anyway, after that, they came back and they had their bye week. Now, after the bye week, they came back for the most recent game Sunday against the Miami Dolphins. They won 27-17 at Gillette Stadium, but it just seemed a lot closer than that. Miami with their trick plays and the gimmicks and the wildcat, and they have 2 quarterbacks that they're constantly rotating in and out, and a direct snap to, if it's not a quarterback lining up in a slot receiver spot, it's a direct snap to a running back, and it's just, I'm glad the Patriots are done playing them. I'm not looking forward to the Patriots going down to Miami and having to deal with that again. I'm just glad that they don't have to play Miami twice. You know. That being said, the victory put the Patriots at 6-2. They won their last 3. They sit atop the AFC East division. And start to look at some of the individual stats. Tom Brady. Now remember, Tom Brady is coming back from knee surgery. So, you know, everyone's thinking, oh, the great Tom Brady, he's going to be this and he's going to be that. Well, keep in mind that the guy is human. And if you remember, Peyton Manning last year had, you know, the situation with his knee where he came back and, you know, he wasn't his 100% self right away. But Tom Brady is getting better. And I, for one, hope they peak for the playoffs. You look at Tom Brady, he's had 310 attempts. Excuse me, he has 204 completions and he's thrown for 2,364 yards. Now that's a passer completion percentage rate of 65.8. He's averaging 7.6 yards per throw. He does have 16 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. His long was a 71-yard touchdown pass to Randy Moss. His quarterback rating is right now is 99.2%. Now Brian Hoyer did come in to play a few games, whether it was a blowout. He did come in to take a few snaps of the ball. He had 11 attempts, 9 completions. He's thrown for 52 yards. He's got a completion percentage rating of 81.8%. His quarterback rating is 86.4%. Not bad, considering he's the only backup on the team. If anything happens to Tom Brady, Lord forbid, it's Brian Hoyer that takes over, the rookie quarterback that they drafted. We can look at some of the rushing stats. Lawrence Maroney is leading the way. He's got 81 carries, 347 yards. His long was 45 yards, and he's got 3 touchdowns. We're still waiting to see breakout year from him. Fred Taylor, who's been hurt due to an ankle injury, had 45 carries. He's got 201 yards right now, and he's got 2 touchdowns. His long was 19 yards. Sammy Morris, again, he's hurt. I believe it's his ankle. And he's got 30 carries for 109 yards and 1 touchdown. Him is the same as Taylor. He's got a long of 19 yards. Old reliable Kevin Falk, he's got 25 carries for 109 yards. His long was 13. And Ben Jarvis Green Ellis. You know, I've always liked this guy. I love this guy the past couple of seasons. I want him to be more a part of the offense. He's got 15 carries. He's got 80 yards. His long was 29. And Tom Brady has 13 attempts, and he ran for 31 yards, and he got a touchdown, and his long was 9 yards. Now Brian Hoyer ran 9 times. He's got 15 yards and a touchdown as well that he sneaked in, and his long is 20 yards. We can switch over to the receiving and check out some of the receiving stats. Of course, Wes Welker, he's right up there. He's got 55 receptions already. He's got 568 yards and he's got 4 touchdowns. The longest pass so far was 48 yards, and that was against Tennessee. Randy Moss, what can we say? He's Randy Moss. 49 catches, 712 yards. He's got 5 touchdowns, and he had a long of 71 yards. Kevin Falk, 23 catches for 192 yards. He's got a touchdown. His long was 38 yards. Julian Edelman, this kid was really great. They drafted him. He was a quarterback in college.